This leg of my cross-country trip back west winds from Branson through Ozark, Missouri, and west toward Oklahoma, deeper into the Ozarks. The Ozarks have been a place of mystery and intrigue for me. Even in the daylight, there's a mystery in these ridges, like the land remembers more than it shows. Out here, the forests are thick with stories, tales of hidden springs, lost homesteads, and legends passed down from front porch to front porch.
Take the State Highway 465 exit, then turn right onto State Highway F.
As I travel and camp my way through this country, the mystery lingers. Sadie and I wandering hills that hold the voices of the past. Secret hollers, forgotten cabins, and roads that seem to lead nowhere. This is about the time every year on this road trip, or twice a year, that things start getting all wonky. Every year when I start out, I have all the best plans for taking care of myself, making sure I get enough exercise and eating right and things like that, but it always seems to fall apart halfway through the country. I do a lot of things to manage my stress, but the thing that has made me feel the best is introducing the Ritual stress relief into my daily routine. And I don't know about you, but these days my baseline stress level is up here. Maybe it used to be down here, but it's up here. So if you're like me and you have been feeling more stress lately, now is the time to try Ritual stress relief, because you're going to save 40% on your entire Ritual order through the new year. And let me tell you why I love the Ritual brand. So I am taking the stress relief every morning, and I'm also taking the Essential 50 Plus for women. And the stress relief is clinically studied to reduce natural cortisol levels. Cortisol is one of those stress hormones, and this has been proven to reduce those levels to help you feel less stressed. It's got sun-theanine, L-theanine, which is also clinically backed to help reduce that stress level fast. So I was taking the stress release for quite a while, and then I ran out in my travels, and I noticed a huge difference. I wasn't able to calm down enough when I wasn't taking it to even think about doing my breathing exercises or my meditation. Literally within a day or two of getting back on the stress release, I was breathing again. I was doing my mindful exercises. I was doing my little meditation at night. There's something about this blend that just helps me find enough relaxation to motivate me to do more of my self-care ritual. So you can get stress relief right now for only $32.40 instead of the normal price of $54 through their New Year's sale. And you can get that great deal by using my link, ritual.com/RVLife40, or scanning the QR code here, and you're going to save 40% on your entire order. So go ahead and get the stress release and the women's over 50. This helps fill the gaps, especially also I eat a plant-based diet, so it can be kind of hard to get a lot of the nutrients and vitamins that I'm supposed to get, and the Ritual Essential for Women over 50 helps fill in those gaps. So thank you, Ritual, for sponsoring today's video.
Cold coffee, my old boots are by the door. Nobody's calling, but I don't mind it anymore. 'Cause I've had enough of the rat race, the city life, the social grace. Burnt out on confidence, so tired of keeping score. Gonna find somewhere to slow it down.
At the light, turn left onto South 6th Avenue.
By a little place way out of town. Gonna take my time, 'cause it's all mine. Straight my prideful quiet.
Open.
Your destination is on the right.
My time will come around. Way out of town. Down in the hills off old Topanga Road, there's a place I go to ease a weary soul. I could hide away above the sea, smoke my stuff, talk to the trees, get myself a dog and build a heart of gold. Gonna find somewhere to slow it down. By a little place way out of town. Gonna take my time, 'cause it's all mine. Trade my pride for
So staff to Ukrainian President Zelensky.
So I've been in Oklahoma a little while, and I just found something worth visiting. Let's go check it out, see what it's all about, see if it's just a gimmick or if it's anything real. I saw Totem Pole Park on the map and just had to stop and visit, see what it was about. It's home of the world's largest concrete totem pole, a 90-foot hand-sculpted concrete tower built atop a giant turtle, which is a nod to Native American creation imagery. This park and everything in it was built by one man as a folk art tribute. Ed Galloway, a retired woodshop teacher and self-taught artist, spent over a decade from 1937 to 1948 creating the park entirely by hand as a tribute to Native American culture. He wasn't Native American himself, but he wanted to honor the culture that was lost. This is the Fiddle House Museum. He built this 11-sided museum to display the hundreds of hand-carved fiddles and woodworks he crafted throughout his life. So this was his art studio. Wow. Too bad it's closed. That's pretty cool. Totem Pole Park has become a landmark of outsider or visionary art. It's now on the National Register of Historic Places, and the park represents one of the biggest and most whimsical examples of grassroots American folk art. It's just off Route 66 and has become a beloved stop for travelers long before it was officially restored and preserved. All right, there's a dog area. I'll let Sadie out. Cool, pretty cool art. I mean, that big, huge totem pole, man. Wow. Good morning. It's been a couple weeks since I've seen you last. I've just been traveling and working, plugging into RV parks for the most part. I think I had one boondocking spot just because it's been too cold. When I left New York, I thought I'd be able to take this route, this part of the country, and I thought I'd be okay based on the forecast for the 10 days, but in hindsight, I probably should have gone further south. And at this point, to go further south is a huge detour out of my way, and I kind of just want to get to where I'm going. So, yeah. So I have been just moseying. In fact, I think I am in Okmulgee, little tiny town in Oklahoma. I'm about an hour east of Oklahoma City. Today I'm going into Oklahoma City, and from there Amarillo, and taking some Route 66 stop, and taking Route 66, which I think is Interstate 40 for the most part. So for the first time on this trip, 1,500 miles, well, fewer than 100 miles I've done on the interstate. It's all been back roads. So my travel's been slow. I haven't made a lot of progress in 6 weeks. 6 weeks? No, a little over a month. But today, the forecast for the foreseeable future is pretty cold. So I am just going to get on the interstate today, go to Amarillo. There's some things I want to do in Amarillo. But today, I want to stop in Oklahoma City. I need propane.
and groceries. And then I have another campground. I have two, depending on how I feel, scouted out. Both are state parks or ish. This used to be a state park, but it is now run by the city, and it is beautiful this time of year, especially. There's 3 campgrounds. One I'm in is brand new, the camp host told me, last year. It's got 5 sites, I think, 4 or 5 sites. I'm the only one here. I chose this because there was nobody else down here. The other one, I got here Thanksgiving, the weekend. I got here Friday after Thanksgiving, and there were 5 or 6 campers up there. Pretty big site, pretty big spread out. I could have stayed up there and been fine, but I saw this, and I'm like, what's up with that? And he's like, yeah, it just opened last year, so people don't really know about it, and the regulars just kind of do their thing up there. So I've been down here for 4 nights by myself, $24 a night, and water. They have a dump station, but water and electricity at the site, and garbage cans. And the thing about being down here is I do get some, especially the first couple of days, I got some fishing activity. There's a little itty bitty parking area right across from me. I got some fishing activity, and people drive through. So it's not a campground. Like, it doesn't feel like a campground. So people feel like they can just drive through and park, and especially after dark. But not bad. Look at this. So this lake was built in the 1930s by the Corps of Engineers. And there are some, there's a trail. I've walked the whole length of the trail. It's like a 1.5 miles long, and you can see the rock work from the Corps of Engineers. Let me see. We'll go a little further. I'll show you. I wanted to show you some of the rocks, but yeah, it was built by the Corps of Engineers. And there's some shelters built out of the big rock that seems to be native to this area. That is native to this area. And the big campground there, very nice campground host, Terry. And it is a nice campground up there. And I walked up there yesterday, and there's only the campground host and 2 other campers who are together in there now. It cleared out after the weekend, but it's kind of out of the way. I found it on iOverlander, which, by the way, I have to say this. I ended up paying for iOverlander because I rely on it. There's no other app as good as finding everything I need on the road. So I was like, you know what? I'll drop the $60 for the year, and hopefully it'll be better. And if it's not, then I won't renew, and I'll just have to figure out what I'll do next, because the free version is just unusable. For the way I live, it's just unusable. You can't search, you can't find cities. The paid version is great. and I don't mind paying. I mean, they work hard at this, and they provide a service. I don't mind paying, but I wasn't going to pay for something that seemed to be a downgrade from what we used to get for free. What they did is they downgraded the free version. It's terrible. And I wasn't feeling confident that the paid version was going to be any better, but it is. It's a lot better. One thing is you can enter a city to search in. So I can just say, okay, I'm going to Amarillo, and it'll zoom in. Remember I told you it's really hard to find small towns and stuff on the map? Well, now you can enter those small towns and search around that town. So that's one thing that's easier. The other thing is I can download, I think, up to 3 or 4 states at a time, which is really helpful. I don't have to, the free version, you can only do 1 at a time. So having 3 at a time when I'm traveling like this is extremely helpful for planning ahead with fewer clicks and less hassle. So thumbs up to the paid version of iOverlander. And $60 a year, that's $5 a month. You know, it's all part of living the life. It's just, it's become an invaluable tool. So look, these are some of the steps. And look at all these big, huge rocks. And by the way, a lot of you always ask how I get away with Sadie being off leash. We've gotten the thumbs up from everybody around, park rangers and such, seeing her off leash. As long as she's they told me, as long as she's well behaved and doesn't bother people, she's fine. They said as soon as we get a complaint, then we have to do something. But she doesn't have to be on a leash as long as she's behaved. They literally told me that. And I hear that a lot. 99.9% of the time when a ranger passes us in a truck and they see me, because every time a truck passes, she is trained when a truck passes, and also with people, but let's start with the truck. I've trained her on forest roads that when she sees a truck to come sit next to me. And now she does it automatically. I don't have to call her. She hears a truck coming, she turns around and looks at me, and I say come, and she comes sits next to me. So every time a ranger sees that, they just wave and go by. And with people, she still gets really excited, but she stops. She doesn't just run up on them. She stops and waits for me. She's like, is it okay? Can I go say hi? And I call her back until I ask the people, do you mind? We ran into some hunters the other day, and a guy and his son, and she was off leash and she was looking at him curious. So I called her back and put her on the leash. And she's super excited. And I said, do you mind? She's really friendly. And they're like, no, we don't mind. And I'm like, are you sure? Because she's really, really friendly. She gets really excited. And they're like, no, we don't mind. So I let her off the leash and she ran over. And she doesn't really jump. She does her nose thing and wiggles around a lot. But she gets very excited about people. So the secret to being allowed to have a dog, and not always, sometimes she has to be on a leash. National parks, they don't give a shit, she has to be on a leash. So there are times if other people are around, right? So as long as she's not bothering anybody, most people don't care. That's kind of land of the free, right? If I'm not bothering anybody, why do you care? But anyway, all these rocks, I keep meaning to look it up. It's very rocky, see? By the way, it's 24 degrees out. It's 24 degrees out. I'm traveling today, but I'm kind of taking my time because there's ice patches even in my driveway and on the side of the road that we walked, and I'm kind of nervous about that because I don't do that. So I'm kind of waiting for things to thaw out a little, but I've seen cars go down the road, so as long as I'm careful, I should be fine. Especially once I get on the interstate. Corps of Engineers, 1930, almost 100 years ago, they built this. Are you warm enough? You look warm enough. You got your winter coat on, huh? I can see how thick her fur is, especially like around her face and stuff. She looks really full. She's fine. Oh, happy girl. My friend Christy did buy her a sweater, an Alcatraz sweater for Halloween. And I was thinking, if it got too cold, if she seemed to be showing signs of cold, I could put that on her, but she's fine. Love these rocks. It's slippery. Woo! Woo! Wanna go ice skating? Oh shit. What do you think? Alright, we've been out long enough. Let's go warm up.
106.5 Boss FM. And a good Tuesday morning to you, Oklahoma. Off to a rather cold start this morning. Look for sunny skies, 50 degrees. Our high this afternoon. Calm winds becoming southerly, anywhere from 5 to 10. Tonight, clear and 32. Sunshine at 56 on your Wednesday. Wednesday night looks cloudy at 25. Then on Thursday, partly sunny and a high of 38. That's a look at our Tuesday morning weather from the Score broadcast radio station.
Wow. Before we go, have you gotten your calendar yet? If you have not gotten your calendar, you do not want to miss this year's. Everybody who has ordered up until today, your orders are in the mail. A lot of you are already getting them and telling me how much you love the pictures, and I'm so glad to hear that. I spent a lot of time color correcting and things like that. So it's a beautiful calendar. This is last year's. I haven't gotten mine yet, so you're not alone. And like I said, we had some issues with printing, and then there was weather delays with shipping, getting them to us. So they are on the way if you haven't gotten them already. If you have gotten them, go to Facebook on one of the posts and post a picture of you with your calendar, maybe your favorite picture. That would be fun. And they are on sale now. It is not too late. I have quite a few left. Sales have slowed down a lot, so it would really help me out. If you've been thinking about it, go ahead and buy a calendar. They're only $21.99 for U.S. addresses, $25.99 for international addresses. That includes free shipping, and they have some special features this year, including QR codes for a playlist so that you can watch the videos every month. You can start off your month by watching the video of where the picture was taken, and a few of the pictures include GPS coordinates, so if you want to visit them for yourself, you're going to be able to. So scan the QR code right here if you want to order your calendar now, or the link in the video description below. And thank you everybody who has already ordered, and thank you for the feedback. I'm glad you're loving this year's calendar. I enjoyed putting it together. So thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed this leg of my journey. I have a lot of really cool Route 66 coming up for you. I think next week I visited a couple museums and some really cool quirky stops along Route 66, so you're going to want to make sure you tune in for that. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. And just because you think you're subscribed, please do me a favor and double check, because every time I say this, people are like, yeah, YouTube unsubscribed me. Every time you hit a thumbs up, every time you leave a comment below, every time you share my videos, hype my videos, it helps keep this channel going. So thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you and all the ways that you support my work here. And I'll see you next week from Route 66. In the meantime, be happy, be free, and be kind.